What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jaleesa if you're new here. And as I shared in my previous video, this month is our year anniversary of living in Italy for a year. So I'm doing a bit of reflection on some of the things that, I've learned since being here, some of the things I appreciated. And in this video, I wanted to talk about some of the things that when I first moved here threw me off guard, but I've just now fully adjusted to the way of life here in Italy. So without further hold up, let's go ahead and jump into it. The first thing that I had to adjust to since moving to Italy, and now it is like a norm for me, is the size of coffee. When we first moved here and we went to like our first true Italian restaurant or cafe, I had ordered a coffee with some whipped cream on top, and I was expecting it to be like this nice big mug with some, just nice and fluffy whipped cream, and the whipped cream was good, but it was like a small little shot of espresso with like a ton of whipped cream, and thick whipped cream at that. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I was so disappointed after I ordered that coffee. Like my whole mood, I was so upset. That was like my first cup of coffee and I just felt like I barely got any. After a few months of first getting here, I was still making like a regular Americano coffee in the lodge, but I don't know what made me eventually make the switch from doing like a traditional coffee pot that you are accustomed to seeing back in the United States to switching over to the mocha coffee that is very common here in Italy. But for whatever reason, I made the switch and I have not gone back. I now use my mocha coffee maker that I make my coffee on the stove. The coffee pot that I use gives me about 2 cups of coffee, which is still pretty big compared to the espressos that a lot of locals will get from the bars here. Back in the States, I was drinking like traveler mug amounts of coffee. I've realized and I've learned to appreciate that with doing the mocha coffee, I feel like the caffeine level has a little bit more of a punch to it. And I've also noticed that the few times that I've gotten coffee from Dunkin' Donuts on the base, it just tastes like watered down. I also have interacted with an Italian here, and she said that what we considered coffee in America is looked at as like a warm beverage here. I never looked at it that way. So next thing that I have become accustomed to since living here in Italy after a year is the constant fireworks that go off almost every day. I legitimately don't know what it is, but here, at least in Naples, like I guess people really like fireworks. And I legitimately hear fireworks almost every day. And it doesn't matter what time of the day it is. The other day, maybe Sunday, doing fireworks. During broad daylight, they were doing fireworks. At night, they do fireworks. That's typically the time of the day that you hear fireworks around here. It doesn't matter Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It does not matter the day. They will do fireworks out here. I have literally left the grocery store on my way home and saw people popping off fireworks on the streets. I don't know what it is, but the locals love fireworks. And when I first moved here, I'm not gonna lie, coming from the United States, we do fireworks, but if you're not in like a state of South Carolina, fireworks is not like a everyday thing. Like fireworks back home in the United States, from where I'm from in Virginia, is reserved for 4th of July and New Year's. So if you hear something that sounds like a firework, my brain is trained to believe that's bullets. And it's so sad that I have that mentality. But when I hear fireworks come in from the States, I'm thinking somebody is shooting. I actually talked to a coworker and she was like, yeah, the locals shoot fireworks for any type of celebratory moment. If there's a wedding, they may shoot fireworks off. If there's an Italian holiday, they may do fireworks. Like, they kind of use fireworks as a way to celebrate. If you're, if you grew up in Italy and if you're from Naples, If that's true, please confirm, or if that's wrong, also let me know what the fireworks thing is, because I would love to hear it from a local's perspective. What is the love and appreciation for fireworks? But now that we've been here for a year, I'm kind of used to it. I really don't bat an eye at it. The only thing that concerns me with the fireworks is if I put Parker down to sleep and fireworks are popping off, is she gonna wake up? But she doesn't, so I guess she's used to it too. I will say though, as much as they pop off fireworks here, the fireworks, some of the best fireworks I've ever seen. Best firework, like the Italians have some good fireworks. Freaking New Year's, oh my gosh. Literally, if you come out here to at least Naples, I don't know how it is on other parts of Italy, but if you come to Naples and it is New Year's Eve, you don't have to worry about going anywhere. All you have to do is step out on your balcony, and I guarantee you there will be like 6 fireworks shows around your home. It will sound like a freaking explosion. So the third thing that I have adjusted to since living in Italy for a year is the recycling system. I've talked about this in a few of my videos about how the recycling system here is definitely no joke, and the locals take it very seriously. Like, I'm almost certain if you do not properly recycle, you can be fined. Like, you can get in trouble if you do not properly sort through your trash and recycle it in the appropriate grouping. And it was so serious when we first got here. Our landlord takes our trash to the street. Like, he's very serious about making sure that we all adhere to the city requirements, that like, I think he goes through the trash and makes sure like everyone is sorting trash appropriately. Like, it's no joke here. And I remember when we first moved here, I was making mistakes on like the trash, and Marcus would take it out and he would literally let the bag stay under there. And Marcus had to pull the bags back from the street and resort them. That is how serious the recycling system is. It is no joke here. Anyone moving here, do not feel bad and do not be surprised if it takes you a while to figure out the trash and the sorting situation, and don't let it overwhelm you. I know it can be overwhelming, it will be, but trust me, you will figure it out. The most important thing is just getting the breakdown of the days that the trash is picked up in whatever area that you live in, and making sure you sort accordingly. The final point and thing that I've become accustomed to since living here in Italy is small breakfasts in the morning and late dinner. Now, I will say this, I have fully accepted late dinners. I have not fully accepted small breakfasts. I have not. I will let you all know right now, if you're a local, it's just not my jam. It's not my favorite thing. I don't always eat breakfast in the morning as it is, and then when I do eat breakfast, I am more of a savory person. I like to eat things that are nice and filling and savory, and so the pastry breakfast, especially the pastries that have the filling in it, I've never been someone who enjoys like donuts with filling in it, so like it just drives me up a wall. So I haven't accepted the small breakfast and the pastry breakfast here. I haven't accepted it from the standpoint that I fully engage in it, but I've accepted it as a norm here, and I respect it, and I just make arrangements to not, indulge. But I have fully accepted, and I am all for late dinners. I am a night owl. Late dinners are perfect to me. I like to stay up and I like to be out at night. I've always been like, even when I was little and I had no business being out, like when I would go out with my like family and stuff, I would always want to go to dinner late because I just like being out late. I like the hustle and bustle and the busyness of the city at night. and I just love it. I love the late dinner culture here in Italy. I love it. I love it. I love it. My husband, on the other hand, he cannot stand it. Like, he is the type of person that if the restaurant says they open and start serving dinner at 7 o'clock, he is there at 7. They're not even ready to like start cooking, but he's there at 7. Whereas I'm like, oh, you know, we could do 7:30, 8 o'clock. You know, the only downside is getting Parker back home in time for her to go to bed. But honestly, like, I love a good late dinner. This concludes the list of things that have become normal to me since living in Italy, specifically Naples, for a year, and that I've kind of fully adjusted to. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Comment below if you have any questions. And next time I see you, I will be in Portugal, so you're not gonna wanna miss it. I will be bringing you all with me to Portugal, so make sure you subscribe because you're not gonna wanna miss it. And as always, I will see you in the next video below.